Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, October 11th. We have all you need to know about a new mural meant to honor a football legend and updates on holiday parking in downtown State College.
We also have more on current American involvement in overseas wars, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brendan Conroy.
And I'm Olivia Jean.
Penn State and Pittsburgh Steelers legend Franco Harris is receiving a huge honor from the university. The Penn State All Sports Museum in Beaver Stadium is working on a photo mosaic mural, and the museum is inviting people to send in their best photos taken with Harris over the years to be included. Interim Director Lou Lazaro immediately got a project into motion after the public's request. The idea is well underway and is hoped to be ready for fans by the end of the Penn State football season.
Downtown State College will offer free parking this holiday season. The State College Borough Council unanimously approved the request for the parking changes. This courtesy is offered every year, and this year it will begin before Thanksgiving. From November 20th to December 17th, the grace period for free parking in garages will increase from 30 minutes to 2 hours. Street meter and lot parking will be free after 5 p.m. from December 18th to January 2nd. All of the garage, meter, and lot parking will be free.
A Penn State professor recently received a prestigious award for her efforts at the university. Assistant Professor for Biology and Biomedical Engineering Nikki Crowley was honored by the Whitaker Center for the Science and the Arts. The center's Women in STEAM Awards recognize women from Central PA who have made significant contributions in science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Crowley's research focuses on neuropeptides, molecules crucial for brain signaling and human health regulation.
The Bellefonte Area School District will be searching for a new superintendent after this school year. Superintendent Tammy Burnaford has announced she will not seek a new contract or extension after her current contract expires on June 30th, 2024. Burnaford has been with the district for 20 years and was appointed interim superintendent in 2020. In 2021, the board gave Burnaford a permanent contract. She vowed to continue working hard until her term is over and volunteered to assist in the transition of a new superintendent. Sunshine and fall temperatures have taken over State College this week, but what conditions can we expect to see during the homecoming game? Luke Scherler with Campus Weather Service has the latest. Take a look.
From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Luke Scherler here with your Wednesday evening forecast. Let's look at Beaver Stadium right now. See, not even a cloud to talk about. Beautiful day here across central Pennsylvania. It's currently 64 degrees, which is our average high temperature for this time of year. Our dew point is at 37, so very dry. Visibility is at 10 miles, and our winds at 9 miles per hour of the west-southwest. Taking a look at our high temperatures across the region, see 64 for us here in State College. Our warm spot is Philadelphia at 70 degrees. Harrisburg is one off that at 69. And Erie and Bradford didn't even make it out of the 60s today thanks to some lake effect rain showers they had this morning. And looking at the radar, you see those showers have moved off to the north thanks to a little shift in the wind. But for most of us here in the state of Pennsylvania, not even a cloud to talk about on the radar. And zooming out, you can see we have some lake effect rain showers throughout the whole Great Lakes region, including our friends over here in Michigan. And then we have remnants of a hurricane that hit Mexico a few days ago that's impacting us in the south. But future radar, you see not much to talk about over the next 36 hours. Tonight we'll get into the 40s, but very clear. As we get into tomorrow, spotty rain showers here or there, but very light showers, nothing really to worry about or to manage, like no really need for an umbrella or anything like that. And this will continue as we hit into Thursday night. And then eventually Friday, those showers move out of the region and becomes very clear as once again we get to near 60 degrees. But the big story is for Friday night and into Saturday. See, Friday night we have a low pressure system out here in Iowa and a cold front that will eventually move our way. So Friday night, I think for our homecoming parade, we should be fine. Maybe a little cloudy, but we'll be on the dry side at least. But as we head into the Saturday, you see 4 o'clock here for our homecoming game. Well, not really same story. Very rainy conditions, especially for a whole day Saturday, so a complete washout. So not ideal, but it is what it is. Saturday, eventually those showers will move out into the sea on Sunday night, and we'll have some relatively clear conditions, but we still have some lake effect rain showers that will impact the region and cloud cover for most of the weekend and into the early next week. So looking at our rainfall totals for the next 24 hours, you can see 1.27 inches for us will pick up in 24 hours. Johnstown is the high spot at 1.6 and Harrisburg at 1.43. So decent amount of rain for the 24-hour span. Our cool temperatures for the next 6 to 10 days, you can see for us here, not much really of a change compared to our friends down in Atlanta or Florida. And then out west, you can see pretty much warmer above average temperatures is expected. So hopefully those can move into our area over the next few weeks. But for us here tonight, expect a low of 42 degrees with those clouds increasing. So it won't be as nice as it is right now, but we'll still get down to 42. And then for tomorrow, high of 60 degrees, that light chance of rain, not really a big factor, especially compared to this weekend, but still be on the lookout for a few spy showers here or there. And looking at our 7-day forecast, you can see once we get into the weekend washout, we'll get way below average. We are already going to be about 10 degrees below average for this weekend, along with the rain, so very chilly and wet weekend. And then maybe by the time we get to the beginning of next week, the rain will finally move out of the region and we can get some sunshine into our mix. With that, my name is Luke Schiller, and have a great evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Ashley Mascara with your sports update. Penn State women's volleyball remains undefeated in the Big Ten after a 3-2 win over Ohio State this past weekend. This was the Nittany Lions' 8th straight win to improve to 12-3 overall and 6-0 in the Big Ten. The match between these two rival teams was a back-and-forth affair with 30 ties and 9 lead changes in the first 3 sets. Penn State will travel to Iowa on Friday for a match against the Hawkeyes and to Nebraska on Saturday to take on the Cornhuskers. The men's golf team finished out competition at the Bank of Tennessee Intercollegiate on Tuesday. They tied for 7th out of 15 at 6 over 870. Junior Jake Griffin and graduate student Patrick Sheehan both finished in the top 15. Griffin earned his first top 10 finish of the season, and Sheehan tied for 12th at 2 under, continuing his streak of finishing in the top 15 thus far this fall. The Nittany Lions fall season will wrap up this weekend at the Quail Valley Collegiate in Vero Beach, Florida on Sunday and Monday. Opening night of the National Hockey League was last night, and a Pennsylvania team kicked off the season. The Pittsburgh Penguins hosted the Chicago Blackhawks at PPG Paints Arena, looking for revenge on the team that eliminated them from postseason last spring. The Penguins had a 2-0 lead until the Blackhawks came and scored 4 unanswered goals. The final score was 4-2. For a full list of when teams kick off their season, check NHL.com or ESPN. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Camila Vega has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss. Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment. We are Red Carpet News.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Camila Vega with your entertainment update. As Hispanic Heritage Month comes to an end, State College celebrated its Happy Valley Latino Festival this past Saturday at the MLK Junior Plaza. This year marked the festival's third year in State College. The festival celebrated State College's Latin community with live music, dance performers, local Latin food vendors, arts, and crafts. Hispanic Heritage Month will come to an end on October 15th. Penn State will host its traditional homecoming parade this Friday, October 13th on the University Park campus. This year's parade theme is Illuminate the Lion Within, to celebrate legacy and Penn State pride. Student organizations, alumni, community groups, and loyal members of the Penn State community will be showing off their Penn State pride. You can take a look at the full list of homecoming events on the Penn State Go app. Bad Bunny confirmed the release of his new album, Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar, this Friday, October 13th. The singer revealed 22 tracks along with the words fire next to each song. The Puerto Rican star's previous album, Un Verano Sin Ti, won a Grammy Award for Best Música Urbana and was also nominated for Album of the Year. Nadie Sabe marks Bad Bunny's 5th studio album. It's available for pre-save on Spotify and Apple Music. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Nolan Collery will be speaking with Gianna Kataya, a player for Penn State's lacrosse team. Stay tuned.
Ready, Mike? 3, 2, fade in on 2, Mike and Q.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
And he knew that. How do you think? I know. She continues to hold her values and everything though. And I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before. So welcome to the family.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
A natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
I've been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Nolan Collery, and joining me today is Gianna Kataya, a player for the Penn State women's lacrosse team. Gianna, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I want to talk through your lacrosse career starting at the high school level. Talk to me about the recruitment process and how you ended up choosing Penn State.
So my recruitment process was actually very different from what it looks like now. I committed to Penn State, verbally committed, when I was a freshman in high school.
Wow.
Now you can't speak to college coaches until September 1st of your junior year. So a lot has changed.
Sure.
But my recruiting process actually took me by surprise. I was a soccer player at first. Just picked up lacrosse because my older sister played lacrosse and it was a new sport at the time. And then eventually some of my friends that played soccer and lacrosse and played lacrosse more competitively said, wow, you should do this. So then my parents started sending me to camps, to different schools. But I actually looked at like 9 to 12 different schools when being recruited. But when I visited Penn State, it just felt like home.
Sure.
So I knew I wanted to go to Penn State. As soon as I was done with my visit, I still took other visits first, but at the bottom line, when my parents was like, okay, you need to make your decision, I said, I want to go to Penn State because it has a family atmosphere. I love the culture of the team. And my biggest thing was that if I wasn't playing lacrosse, I would still want to be a student at Penn State.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. So early in your career, something hit unexpected. It hit all of us, COVID-19. How did you yourself and the team as a whole kind of respond to the whole situation?
So COVID-19 was very difficult. Like I lost my senior season of high school and then going in being a freshman with all these different changes and protocols was very scary. We only had half of a season basically.
Sure, yeah.
We were only allowed to play Big Ten teams. So we played 12 games in total. We played every Big Ten team twice. It was very strict. We had to wake up at like 7 a.m. every day to go get COVID testing. We had to be in pods. We couldn't hang out outside of lacrosse with our team. So there were like times where we were like, how am I supposed to connect with my teammates? Like I'm supposed to be playing with these girls for 4 years and we're starting off with so many restrictions.
Sure.
But we made the best of it. We did what we could. We had fun. It was a great learning experience for life, like doing like what you can, what you're given type of deal. So it was hard, but in the end, we made the best of it.
Absolutely. And, sometimes that's really all you can do. I'm glad to hear that you guys were, able to go through that. So another thing that's happened and you've been open in talking about in the past is you've had some struggles with injuries throughout your career. How do you think that's affected you as a player and a person? And what's the recovery process look like for you?
So it's been a lot with all my injuries that I've had. I've had 3 knee surgeries in my right knee. Starting my sophomore year of high school, I wiped out my entire knee, had a follow-up surgery, and then my last surgery was actually my sophomore year of college. So it's been a very bumpy ride.
Yeah.
Not what I expected at all for my lacrosse career, but it just taught me to be stronger as a person and like know how to like handle adversity.
Yeah.
And now I'm better than ever. I'm back out playing the sport that I love. Last year was my first season getting through the year with no injury.
That's awesome.
Which was awesome.
That's awesome.
And it was just like really like eye-opening. All of my injuries were eye-opening to like realize that there was more to lacrosse, but like also when I was back on that field, there was a fulfillment of joy and like to see my parents so happy to see me back out playing the sport that I love, like just made me happy. So I think it just made me stronger as a person overall.
That's quite awesome. It's inspiring to hear. Like genuinely, I do mean that. So you've been here a couple years and you've got to play with some pretty awesome people. I'm curious, do you have any favorites or any standout teammates in the past or in the present?
I love all of my teammates.
Sure,
so like,
sure,
I don't know
sure.
if I can pick like one or two. Like there's so many I could list off. Right now, I live with 9 other girls.
Wow.
And it's awesome. But my grade, my senior class is especially super close. Kristen O'Neill, Elena Hamoud, and then she's actually a 5th year right now, Haley Ergo. Those 3 girls have been there for me for everything with my injuries and have always supported me and stuff. But like I can say that about every single one of my teammates. I think Penn State women's lacrosse team right now is very unique because every single girl is close. I have like 38 extra sisters. Like our team is so connected on and off the field that it's just amazing.
No, that's again very awesome. Last season, you guys started off super hot, 9-2 to start the year. I was covering and it's so much fun to watch. What are the goals for the team coming into this season? And do you have any personal goals yourself?
Yeah, so for the team, our goals are higher expectations. Like we set a standard last year to get back to the NCAA tournament because we haven't seen that for a while. And we did. We made it to the first round. Unfortunately, we did lose to Stony Brook, but it's just stepping points, like building blocks. Like my grade specifically has been a very big presence on the field since their freshman year. So now that we're the upperclassmen on the team, we have the knowledge to teach our underclassmen the things that we've learned. So honestly, to just keep working, a Big Ten championship is in the future. Like we want to go as far as we can. I think that's everybody's mindset in college athletics, is to be the best that they can, to be a championship team. My coach always says it at practice that we need to have championship mindsets, and like that's the standard that we hold ourselves to.
Awesome. So one last question for you tonight. You have a pretty unique perspective as both a varsity athlete here at Penn State and a very active member of the College of Communications community itself. How do you feel your perspective on how college athletes are represented in the media? How do you feel like you have that, different perspective than others?
So from my perspective is that I've actually been trying to change the perspective of how college athletes are portrayed in the media. When the media is covering college athletes, we're only covering the athletes that have the big names.
Sure.
And the people that are scoring the most points, doing something outstanding. But every player on that team makes a difference to that team's success. And we are more than athletes. That's like my biggest emphasis to everybody in media, to start finding the personal story to these athletes, because that's what's important. And after college, some of our sports, we can't go pro. So there's a bigger picture, and I think the media is starting to figure that out. So I love that I can be a part of that.
That's a really, it's an incredible point of view, and you have an incredible story to tell. Gianna, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really enjoyed speaking with you. Stick around, because coming up, Brendan and Olivia will have the latest news from across the nation.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harrell.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss. Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment. We are Red Carpet News.
The U.S. military announced Sunday that they have plans to assist Israel and its efforts following the recent attacks by Hamas. The Forward Carrier Strike Group has been ordered to sail the Eastern Mediterranean, ready to assist. This carrier is the Navy's newest and most advanced of its kind. It can hold up to 5,000 sailors, a deck of warplanes, cruisers, and a strong force ready to respond to anything. Reports state at least 4 Americans were killed in the attacks, with an additional 7 either missing or unaccounted for.
President Biden announced that American aid to Ukraine will continue despite receiving criticism. Biden is urging Congress to prolong the funding until the bills end in mid-November. He hopes to see Congress negotiate an aid package as soon as possible. With the war lasting longer than expected, lawmakers are finding giving more money to Ukraine more difficult. The United States has approved 4 rounds of aid to Ukraine, totaling at about $113 billion.
An Alabama city is claiming nearby Mississippi City police are dropping off homeless people at local shelters. Biloxi, Mississippi Mayor Andrew Fofo Gillich has denied of any wrongdoing. He said the city is working with homeless shelters in Mobile, Alabama, and nobody has been taken against their will. Fewer than 20 have been transported. The chief of staff to Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimson said in a letter Thursday that these police are violating the civil rights of homeless people and are breaking Mississippi laws. The letter asks the city of Biloxi to stop and has threatened to call federal officials to investigate civil rights violations if they do not.
For the first time since 2021, Georgians in 149 counties will be able to pay for housing subsides. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs announced it would take online applications for its housing voucher program. This will run from October 17th to the 20th. The program provides money to low-income families to rent an apartment or house. To be eligible, a family's income must be 50% or less of the median income of the area that the family chooses to live. A voucher will pay the amount based on what rent costs in the area, family size, and family home. The state announced it is seeking to enroll 5,000 applicants. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.